What is up, everyone? In this video, I'm going to show you how to play Kindred jungle like the very best. So for starters, Kindred jungle, if you're an AD carry player or someone who prefers ranged champions, Kindred is a staple range AD carry jungler, and she's extremely good right now. And I'm going to show you the best build and honestly everything you need to know the player. For starters, we're going to be maxing Q into W. We're going to start W, and the W spell is really important for this champion. For pathing, you can start bot side or honestly full clear on top side. This game, I'm going to show you just how we were going to generally clear on this champion. She's really strong level 3 if you want to go for something cheesy, but you don't have to play cheesy. You can just play very safe. And her abilities, and for marking targets, her passive, pretty much you want to mark the jungler first. And if you kill the jungler or whatever reason, just mark whoever you think might be an easy kill. I'll probably end up marking like the Thresh or, like one of the solo laners. So here we start W. This guy gave me one auto attack, probably a terrible leash, but we'll take it. And yeah, the build Kraken Slayer into Triforce is the best. And that's what we're going to be doing. Your W, it does heal you after some time, so when you get a couple autos off. And you really have to kind of kite when you're jungling as her, if you really want to farm. So every time you auto something, your wolf is going to attack, and then you get the Q cooldown reduction. And when you Q, boom, you get up to like 2 short resets. She is extremely, it's extremely important to understand that this champion is not really a champion if you're not in your W, right? Your W pretty much creates who you are as a champion. If you're in your W, you're broken, right? You're really strong. If you're not fighting in your W, your Q cooldown's 8 seconds instead of 4 or possibly 2. So really think about that. And you can buffer all your spells in your Q, right? So what I mean by that is every time I Q, I can cast a spell in the animation to sort of reduce the cast time, or to not reduce the cast time, but to buffer and hide the cast, right? So here, if I'm going to start this camp, I'm going to QE at the same time. This is a very basic combo. I didn't do that too well, but you can pretty much get rid of the cast time, which makes it very good. So you're going to be casting your Qs with your E. You can also W with your E as well. Very important. Your E does instant health bonus damage, so that's really important for us. So here, this is like my pseudo full clear. I do this when I do blue clear. When on champions that I really don't want to full clear on, I want to see maybe possibly do a per play. Something like this Gragas, maybe the ball lane dive. Seeing this Thresh being really low, it's a very nice sign for me. I think maybe they go in here. Maybe he gets extremely low. Maybe we kill the Smolder after, right? All the possibilities. So here, I just don't want to be tanking. I want someone else to tank. So here we just need Senna to tank. Very easy dive. Very easy dive. So remember, when you're going for dives like that, it's just extremely important to remember that you do not want to be tanking. You really don't. And here are my crab marks. So pretty much level 4 every time, the first mark is going to be a crab, unless some weird situation happens. And if it does, you pretty much, it's like a random thing. Is it a top crab or is it a bot crab? What you're going to realize is you're going to run into that situation a lot where it's probably on the other side of the map. Like in this game, it could have been top crab and then Gragas takes it, right? Doesn't mean you're not going to get a mark. What you do in that situation, it didn't happen here, but what you do pretty much is I would have not killed the crab. After 30 seconds, I do the rest of my jungle. It will pretty much give the mark on the crab that I'm on. So that would have been a really great situation for us. Here, this guy's about to die. So even though I show, I think it's fine to show because I'm about to go on. And then E, auto attack, buffer, and just auto him down. I'll keep this wave pushing so, Jace has like a decent wave to push on. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this early game. I didn't get the mark on, for example, like Gragas or whatever, but it's not really a big deal. And here, this Grump is you might end up, this is really broken. Here we go boots because we go domination second. The whole game of do I take the mark, do I not? You have to play it by ear. And by that, I mean, you have to really think, it's really not worth it to be dying for marks if you think it's super far away. Here, I'm not going to go all the way there when I didn't have information on whether Gragas was there. But if I saw Gragas topside and I was here, of course, I would take that mark, right? So this is how you have to play it. Here, I'm just void grubs are up, so I do want to see the situation. I just gotta peek it. So I see him here. So what we do is W, auto attack, and this guy's literally griefing. He probably thought I was going for the boss side mark. You see how it's all kind of mind games? And that's what it ends up being a lot. So here I can just jump over the wall. Fucked up. I actually think I win this, so I just have to kind of kite. Okay, I guess we're chilling. And yeah, your Q is actually broken. I mean, Kindred is, when the enemy team is just running into you and dying, well, I guess Kindred is one of the best champions in the game. But you generally have to play like really about your range and using your spells. Your E is not going to do as much unless they're below 30%, so that's where the crit comes in. And overall, the marks are just a really big part about this champion. The Kraken Slayer buys when it's really broken and when I feel like, okay, I can just straight up run everyone down. But until then, it's really not that great. So here I always W in like the direction I'm going to go. The Kindred circle will never change, right? This like area is like my area of like domination. And here, like, I'm completely ignoring this mark. Like, it's in a position where I don't think, like, this mark is happening, right? And actually, what we do is we mark Silas, right? Because Silas is an aggressive mid lane champion who is pretty much dashing in on command. And that's somebody that we can easily kill. That's why someone like Silas mark is actually quite good. In this situation, though, I don't think we're going to get that. So what I'm going to do is walk in and just peek on the Gragas camps. Just see the cycle and see what's going on. So here I'm thinking, are they on dragon? Do we contest dragon? My bot side's basing, so I have to pretty much give dragon up, which is fine. You can always W over walls like this too. Auto attack Q. Remember, your wolf hits whoever you're autoing. And your Q, it's all about the kiting. I think a big thing you're going to learn about Kindred is she's extremely squishy. So don't expect that you're going to just giga chat everyone. You really have to play around your range and your spell. So here, what I do is, this is how you start ganks off. You Q a bit forward, then you W after, it gives you vision. Then you start autoing, you Q and you stay in your circle if you can. And then you just kite, right? That's always how you want to start your W, or your ganks. See, like, I'm not going to W right away. I think that's a big mistake. What's going to happen is you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to gank, I'm going to put my W down, like right here. But then the gank ends up being Ribbon runs here, so like my W is gone, right? And that's a big part of your damage. So what you do is you pretty much Q and you W when you get close enough where you're like, okay, this is where our area is going to fight. And when you W, it reduces the Q cooldown to 3 seconds, right? It doesn't matter when you W. So if I Q now, at any point, and if I W, it's going to go down to 3, right? So that's like generally pretty big. Dude, my sound just glitched out. It's okay, we can kill. Try to dodge that, but I get hit by that. Sorry about that, the music kind of got out. Here, I mean, yeah, chasing people down is, it's not usually something like, I'm not gonna slow people, right? Like, that's not what my champion does. I'm gonna have to play like everything by ear. Here I can W forward and just kind of kite, see if this Thresh does anything. Here I'm not going to tank again because he aftershocks proc. Obviously I'm kind of egoing here. It's fuck, I was going to Q into the wall. Here, because you have your R, like obviously, like I could kill him because he's outside of my range, and if I need to R, I can R. This game, for Boots, what's going to happen is, these are your 3 options on Boots: Merctress, Berserker, Tabbies. This game's obviously Merctress because I'm against AP jungle and AP mid, plus they have a lot of CC. But generally, you're going to itemize your Boots based off like jungle mid. So if these guys were AD or something, or they had a really AD comp, I would have gone Tabbies. If this guy wasn't AP but actually AD, I would have gone Tabbies. On average, those are going to be your Boots buy. And also, if the mark shows, by the way, like, you don't know if they killed it, right? They could kill the mark target without you even seeing, like, the mark will still show, so you have to watch out for that. Here we just do Void Grubs because Udyr's here. I'm strong. I have Kraken vibe. I really just want to fight. I also think this guy's really weak. Here I don't want to W, right? My W is my... I W when I think, okay, I'm not going to fight. I'm just going to be finishing this. And I'm really down to fight. Obviously, I gave my shutdown away, but I think this guy will troll too. Here, remember, we space. And I R afterwards. This guy could R me, so I'm gonna hug the wall. Here we're just gonna use our Q to go over the wall, right? I can't really do much about living there, but I can auto once to slow him and buy my team some time. Go here, be free. Dirty rat Gragas. And then second build Triforce. Triforce, you have like your components you can build. Honestly, Phage is fine on her. I think Phage component is actually really good because it gives you that movement speed to chase people. And here I'm going to remark Gragas because, okay, I didn't get the Silas mark. Shit happens. It's okay. We move on. So I'm going to switch my mark to Gragas. I usually mark people who, I mean, you could just look at people who die. Like Gragas, Riven are like pretty much prime targets that I should probably mark. And, you know, the build path, Triforce, Wit's End if you're against AP comp. Terminus is really broken too. If you want to, Terminus is like third item, really OP. If you can get away with it, so you can hear. So here I'm going to Q, but I'm going to fight him. But now I'm going to go on the crab. I'm going to try to dodge his spells. Here I just need vision, right? That pink kind of ruins my play. So I can't actually play it the way I want to play. So what I'm thinking here is, okay, we can go on this guy. Okay, that's not happening. Okay, we're gonna go mid. You're really not super broken, like 1v9 everywhere kind of champ. It's actually quite good that he's fighting here. Here I can bait the hook and keep kiting. I really just need vision in there, and now we can go in. This is where I'm gonna Kindred R. So here we want to fight. So how do we want to kite? Use our W and then just play around the Riven. Q backwards to dodge her. Now we can just case. Now we can perma chase. Because we have pretty much as much information. I really need vision there. I'm just going to kill the ping. Oh, these guys really got them on, guys. Somebody's got to man up and get in there. But overall, you know, it happens. Vision is really important for you. Because I'm playing far range. I can't be going into the brushes to kind of like get that sort of vision and stuff. But I mean, we played as much as we could. Gragas is still marked, so we do want to play around that. Your goal early game is to get 4 marks. Because when you get 4 marks on Kindred, that's where you get that extra attack range. Like here, I'm still playing around like short attack range. But one important thing is what you need to notice that what I'm doing is actually the way I'm kiting back with my Qs. Big thing when you're against champions that want to dive you, you really got to kite back. And here's spam thing because this mark should be our 4th one. And sometimes it's okay to die for the 4th one, especially when, you know, the enemy jungle just died. Then it's fine. There I E smite, a really good comboing of abilities that you can easily implicate. It's just E and smiting. E does that missing health damage, you smite to get them low enough, and then boom. Here, I think this guy is greedy. So what we do, always wait for them to use their spells on the wave. So here, he uses everything, and then we go. That's a big thing. And here, we're going to go in the brush and then go on him. And here, we're going to E him, auto attack. Just keep running him down. You see, very important. Let this guy... there's no way he knows I'm there just because he's going to the wave. So always let them just use their spells on the wave. Because there's so much... It just reduces the chance that he could turn and kill me, right? Like, if he had all the spells up, I show up on the wave, what do you think he's gonna do? He's instantly gonna back up with everything up. And then I'm in trouble, because, like, he could really buy a lot of time. Or he could straight up kill me. Like, soul laners are broken, right? Like, you gotta watch out for them. But they're dumb, right? So you always play around their low IQ, and they always use their abilities on the wave. And here it's really about chasing and kiting. You want to play Kindred, you want to play her well, chasing and kiting. I use A move a lot, and I move click a lot. And E slow is pretty much the only way you're going to actually catch people, so just really think of it. It's a very core part. You can use walls, sort of like how I showed you how to do the cane thing. To insta-proc your abilities. That wall is a bit too thick for us. Okay, so here is actually fine for him to fight us. You can always W over walls. My wolf is just going to attack whoever I'm focusing. Very simple. I don't want to stay in a situation like this for too long. Because I know it always leads to bad things. I have the blue Pokemon, so the jungle item. I think blue's nice. I'm gonna finish the Herald here. Sometimes Herald can be Mark II, but depends if you really want to wait long enough for that. And I think later in the game, like, it's not as... Like, once you get this 4 marks, you're really hard chilling. It's, like, not crazy to just kind of extra hard kill. I wouldn't mind going on her if Thresh wasn't there. Obviously, I'm, like, dabbling a bit, but it's okay to be crazy a bit. You know, sometimes you just have to ego people and just test... Like, juke their hook. Like, Sure, like I gotta respect that he can hook me, but also I could respect that I'm better than him and I could just dodge the hook, right? So sometimes you just have to play around it. Like with Q, like obviously if you don't have any mobility, it's hard to dodge abilities like skill shots, like Thresh Hook. Q's an insta dodge, right? This is why Kindred's broken. It's gonna be on a 2-second cooldown now, super broken. And it's just like our insta relocation. So here we use it first one forward, our second to third ones. Third ones are always to kind of like kite forward or kite backwards, right? That's how we use our Qs. And remember, you're buffering in the combo, right? So if I use my Q, I can use my E in my Q to get rid of the cast time. Like boom, like that's insta cast. And it would remove the cast time. That's a big thing I'm going to be using a lot. You can also cast it without doing that. So here, this one, like I don't think going on her right away is good. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for her to push and see what she does. Sometimes they walk this way. Sometimes they go on tower. If she goes on tower, this is really good. Obviously, it's not even important that she goes. So our W is perfect situation. Here we can just face chank her, right? So it's like really easy because we're not afraid of her killing us. So we can just face tank that. And we W'd in the location where like most likely the fight's going to go down like this. So I'm just going to W now. Remember we talked about the whole thing. Why am I flashing? Because he just used his R ability. I thought maybe there's kill potential. I don't hate it. I think if I kind of like played that a bit better, I could have killed. Perfect timing. Mark is up, baby. Yeah, Kindred is feast or famine with marks, but once you get 4, everything else is like just kind of like extra. Like I feel like you just don't want to overplay for marks. Like you think about the other jungler's position and then you sort of play around like that and then you can kind of mark. But really don't lose the game over marks. That's like a big thing I want you to know. But obviously don't like ignore them. I think this guy's dead now. And I can R. So this is why the Conqueror is really OP, right? Oh. I honestly could have killed that dragon as he was trying to come into my circle. That was my bad. This is where like, this is where you decide on what you want for Kindred to build. Because I'm ahead, Terminus is really good. If I was like really fragile, like a Cleaver is good too. Withstand is really good. Eventually I will have Withstand. This is like 100% a core. Terminus 100% you need it. Or Cleaver, right? So if I go Terminus, I can't go Cleaver. If I build Cleaver, I can't go Terminus. Right now, it seems like when I look at statistics, Terminus on Kindred after the buffs is really broken, like 3rd item. And after this, you literally just become a tank. So you go Withstand. And for armor, it sounds weird, but you actually just buy Randuin's. If you're against like a team that does a lot of AD, or you're struggling with AD, you just go Randuin's. Sometimes you can go Sterix too, but recently I think Sterix hasn't been as popular, so... Here we do Dragon, we always W, and then boom, our Q cooldowns back up. And it's really about overblocking on Kindred. Like you saw how I'm always using the kind of like jump. Oops, I didn't Q that combo. And yeah, it's really about kiting and just being smart about how you kite. Using the walls, using the chase, kite between. For newer players, like it's really, the way overblocking works is you gotta just kind of kite with your sort of like clicks. Like click in between every auto. What the fuck? He's a big boy now, huh? With Triforce, you have a lot of damage and a lot of tankiness. FPS is dropping. I do not really want to fight with Jace. Jace is not my soon-to-be lover. So here I want to catch the Smolder out. So what we're going to do is W here. He flies a bit, but honestly I think I can just run him down. I think his spells are down now, so really... Oh. I'm gonna R here. You're just gonna keep killing. Dude, I thought Ribbon wasn't gonna be there. Okay, obviously that's too much, right? That's too much. That's not smart. That's not intelligent. That's not... It's not Inori style. But it's okay. And the reason, like, you're probably thinking, like, why would you go randoms for armor? It's because you really don't need more damage. After Terminus, everything is just up to you to build. Like, Terminus is like your final item for pure, like, this is all the damage you really need. Even Wit's End is just really good MR item, plus the tenacity is quite nice. So it'd be like these two, and your last item is like that free tank item you need. Okay, Randuin's. Oh, honestly, Frozen Heart's fine too. In this meta, you can actually go Frozen Heart too. But it's about like that HP, about not dying and stuff like that. Don't do what I did there. Don't just chase a dragon for no reason. You really have to play around like your teammates too. When I do plays, like, it's fine to go crazy and stuff, but for you guys, just play around your team and play around your farm. I guess I didn't really touch on it, but you can see I've been farming really well as I've been fighting people, so. And with Terminus though, you literally shred everyone. I think the problem right now too, they're gonna be really tanky, so you have to watch out. Round 2. Sorry, forget everything I just said. We're going for the dragon again. He's such a baby though. Why are you running, man? Go count mom. Mom! Go cry your mommy. Stupid dragon. Bite me like a man! Here you see the E-slow is what guarantees your ability to get onto people. My team kind of needs me, but the red buff has priority over me. With the Pokemon done, now we can actually kite. I'm gonna use the brushes to kind of catch up to people. Here I'm gonna W to reduce my Q cooldown after my second jump. Mess up that wall jump. I don't think we can kill here. Team's actually doing pretty well. Surprisingly. Here I might W over the wall here to see what's going on. Oh, he's here. Okay, we're on the case. So here I'm gonna flash W, auto E, slow. I'm gonna try to dodge abilities if I can. I have R still. If I can get it off, we can buy some time here. I'm gonna kite back as much as possible. They dive me, which obviously ends up being really bad for them. That's a big thing. Can you get that R off in fights? That's why being tankier helps, right? People are obviously going to be trying to burst you down. So that survivability is what really makes the case. Honestly, BT is not bad too, just for that lifesteal. If you really need like a lifesteal last item. GA... Honestly, I'm not big on GA because I think it's just over like lapped with your items and stuff like that. But I mean, I hope this was a good Kindred guide. I'll probably do more Kindred in the future, but this is just like a beginner video for you to get better. I trolled at the end. Just don't forget about the end. Like don't just run it down trying to kill a dragon. But I hope you liked the video. Be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next one. Good luck in your games, and bye bye.